Roundabouts and Firewood, a mental health approach for Irish guys. Chapter 39, The Duty of Cian. By the time Cian had to go to school, he was going to bed around 4 a.m. Even so, he was on time the first day. On Friday, he limped in, and Monday wasn't much better. He was experiencing jet lag without actually having traveled anywhere. Irritable, exhausted, unable to concentrate, Cian arrived to the apartment at 7, as he had gone out with his friends after school so he wouldn't come home and fall asleep. He hadn't bothered to eat lunch, and now he needed a ride to the Dundrum FlyFit gym, where he had a 7:30 reservation. I had just come back from running a 10K, and like my son, I hadn't eaten either. My sleep pattern was nearly as bad as his. If ever there was a day two guys living together needed to be apart, it was the evening following Cian's third day of school. But he was determined to go to the gym, and I was determined to take him. As we were about to get in the car, I asked Cian where exactly in Dundrum it was, as he had only been to the FlyFit in Ranelagh. I don't know where it is. You made an appointment and didn't bother to look where it is? Yeah, I made the appointment, but my phone ran out of charge. We can just use yours. My Google Maps doesn't work. You know that. I can't believe you want me to drive you somewhere, but you can't tell me where it is. Forget it. We don't have to go. We'll go. I'll give you a ride. I just want to know where. Dundrum. In the mall? Near the mall? Traffic is still going to be terrible, so we don't have a lot of room for air if you're going to make your slotted time. You have no idea, do you? Fine, we won't go. My son then opened the door, got out, and began walking towards our building. Out the window, I yelled, "No, we're going. We're already out here, and you know you'll feel better after the gym. Just get in the car." Cian returned and slid back into the passenger side. I cannot believe you want a ride and you can't tell me where. As a rule for the future, you need to know where you want to go if you ask for a ride. You understand me? Shut up and drive or I'm going to beat you. You're going to beat me because I want to know where to go? That makes sense. Cian turned to me, as angry and irritated as a kid who hadn't slept for 4 days could be, and said, "I'm going to hit you. I really am if you don't shut up." This threat was not without precedent. A month into the lockdown, Cian dropped me with a right hook. I deserved it. I had said something I shouldn't have, and he said if I said it again, he'd punch me. I took the challenge and doubled down on my comment. A moment later, I was on the floor, spitting blood, checking to see if I needed dental work. Still, I didn't think he would demonstrate his Muay Thai skills for the second time over a silly argument about the exact location of a gym. I pulled out of the driveway and looked over at him and asked, "Did I hit anyone?" Cian had an opportunity to mess with me, but when it comes to OCD, he never has and never will. It's off limits even if he's hating me at that moment. He simply said, "No, you didn't hit anyone. Let's go." As I drove down the street, my frustration with Cian and the world in general caught up to me, and anger took over. I pulled over to the side of the road, stopped the car, and said, "What the fuck? You call to give you a ride and you don't bother to tell me where you want to go? What the fuck, Cian?" "Fuck you, Dad." "No, fuck you. It's more than reasonable for me to ask for directions to the place you need a ride to." "Fuck you and fuck this. You're always in a bad mood. In the summer I could deal with your shit, but this school year I'm going to live with my mom full time. I'm tired of you and all your problems." Cian got out of the car, slammed the door shut, and began walking. I drove up beside him and screamed, "Just wait fucking there. One fucking moment. Just fucking wait." Cian stopped, turned to me and yelled, "What?" "Listen. You don't leave me. That only happens once a year. And Fiona beat you to it. You want to leave me? You want to abandon your dad? Fine, but you're going to have to wait a year. That's my rule. I can only be left once a year. So I'm sorry. You're just going to have to stay. So get in the fucking car so we can get to your fucking fucking gym. Dad, all I wanted was a ride, but you're being a fucking cunt. A total fucking cunt. We stared at each other for a few seconds, and then I threw my hands up in the air and announced, I'm calling a truce. This isn't something I'd ever said before, and Cian didn't know what to make of it, so he said, a what? You're calling a what? With my hands still in the air, I yelled, a truce. I'm calling a fucking truce. Just get in the car and we won't fight. I'll get you to the gym. We'll find the gym. You're always in a good mood after you go. Come on, Dad's calling a truce. Cian hesitated, but I knew he was getting in. He wasn't about to leave me. I had a history of being an idiot, and if he could deal with it since the age of 3, he could deal with it now. He opened the door and got in. I should have kept my mouth shut and driven off, but I was indignant that my son, my rock, the person I could always go to, had threatened to leave me. What the fuck are you doing threatening to stay with your mom the whole year? Listen, you don't abandon your dad. Hit me. You've done that before. New rule. Hit Dad. Don't leave Dad. Then stop being such a cunt. Now we're communicating. You think I'm being a cunt. I can't accept that. But you don't leave me. Hit me. Call me names. I've got no one else right now. Can we just go to the gym? Yeah, we can go to the gym. Then shut up. I drove off. I was silent for about 10 seconds, but I had more points to make. Can't believe you're going to leave your dad. You know you're in a bad mood too. Today it's not all me. Yeah, for the last 2 months it's been me, but not today. Would you shut up? I thought you weren't going to say anything. Well, I'm struggling with your inclination to leave me after all the shit we've been through. Just shut the fuck up or I'm going to beat you. That's what I want to hear. A physical threat, and I know you'll do it, but to do it, you'll have to be around me. Satisfied I had made my case, I took Cian to Dundrum in search of the gym. It was across the street from the mall. Cian, as expected, was in better form after working out. I got him a cheeseburger on the way home, and he did say thank you, but those were the last words he said to me that evening. When we got to the apartment, he went straight to his room. By the time I got up the next day, he was gone. That afternoon, I sent him a text. I appreciate all your support this summer. No doubt I was difficult to live with. But you don't tell someone you're leaving him because you're angry and fed up. I don't mean with just me. In your life, people around you are going to fall and need help to get back up. When this happens, you have to be a man and be there for them. It just so happened that in this case it was me who fell. You were there to pick me up. I'm getting better. But if I fuck up, or any other person you're helping fucks up, you don't leave. Scream, hit, push, but give support somehow, some way. Later that night, I received a text from Cian. I'm sorry. You're right. Understood.